Bidun PLC and Yedun PLC. It is the policy of Meyer Group to recognize NCI as fair value at the date of acquisition. The following are the draft statement of financial position as at 31st December 2018. Additional information. 1. On January 2nd, 2016, Meyer PLC acquired 70% of the equity share capital of Bidun PLC when the retained earnings of Bidun PLC was 638 million and other reserves were 54 million. At acquisition, the fair value of the NCI in Bidun PLC was 590 million and the fair value of identifiable net assets acquired was 1,670 million. The excess in fair value was as a result of non-depreciable land. 2. On January 2nd, 2017, Bidun PLC acquired 80% of equity share capital in Yedun PLC, when retained earnings of Yedun PLC were 212 million and other reserves were 40 million. The fair value of a 20% holding of NCI was 144 million. A 30% holding were 216 million and 44% holding was 322 million. At the date of acquisition, the identifiable net asset of Yedun PLC had a fair value of 724 million and the excess in fair value was as a result of non-depreciable land. 3. Both Bidun PLC and Yedun PLC were tested for impairment at December 31st, 2018. The recoverable amount of both cash generating units as stated in the individual financial statements as at 31st December 2018 were Bidun PLC 2,850 million and Yedun PLC 1,208 million, respectively. The directors of Meyer PLC felt that any impairment of assets was due to poor performance of the intangible assets. Meyer PLC acquired trademarks of 20 million to use in a project to develop new products on January 2nd, 2017. Meyer PLC incurred additional cost of 40 million on investigation and has determined that the products can be developed. A working prototype was created at the cost of 8 million in order to put the products into a condition for sale. A further 6 million was spent. Finally, marketing cost of 4 million were incurred. All the foregoing costs are included in the intangible asset of Meyer PLC. 5. Meyer PLC intends to dispose of a major line of the parent's business operations. At the date of sale, the sale criteria were met, the carrying amount of the asset and liability comprising the line business were as follows. It is anticipated that Meyer PLC will realize 6 million from the business. No adjustment have been made in the financial statements in relation to the above decision. Required, prepare consolidated statement of financial position of Meyer PLC Group as at 31st December 2018.
All right, thank you very much. So, without wasting much of our time, let's move on to the workings straight away. I think we should be able to conclude all the workings before we call it a day. Then I will just balance the account for you in the class on Saturday. So, meaning that on Saturday, we'll also discuss. Okay, I'll give you guys an assignment. You cannot escape tonight without assignment. So, assignment will be submitted on Saturday morning. All right, so in fact, before I forget, so that people will not send witchcraft to me to make me forget the assignment. Case study number 17 is your assignment. Doro. Please take note, everybody, okay? Case study 17, Doro is your assignment. So I would like to review your solution on Saturday. And if you can conclude on Saturday, you can send it to me via WhatsApp. That is fine. Okay, so let's see this question now. Meyer PLC is a Nigerian company which operates in the service sector of the economy. Meyer has a business combination relationship with Bidun and Yedun. It is the policy of Meyer Group to recognize the NCI at fair value at the date of acquisition. The following are the draft statement of financial position as at 31st December 2018. So we're giving the draft account. So look at the notes now. Here, on January 2, 2016, Meyer acquired 70% of the equity share capital of Bidun. So this is a key information that we need. Then, if you look at notes 2 also, we were told that on 2nd January 2017, Bidun acquired 80% of Yedun. You can see Miye acquired Bidun, and Bidun also acquired Yedun. So let's check if there's any other acquisition. So I think none. So we have Bidun, Miye acquire Bidun and Bidun acquire Yedun. So that is what we have now. So let's take the first case now of Miye acquire 70% of the equity of Bidun. So let's take that now. So working one, percentage of share holdings, right? Percentage of shareholding. So let me just copy the entire note out for you. So I won't be flipping through screen. So we're told that on Miye acquire 80% of Bidun, right? So we have, so let's say Miye in Bidun is equal to what? 80%, right? This happened on 2nd of January 2016. So for now, that is all we need for now. Let me remove it. Then, if you look at the
It's
note 2,
70%.
is it 70?
70%.
70.
Yes.
Thank you. So that is all you need for now. No, what I'm trying to do here is to first analyze all the shareholding percentage, everything, so that we'll know. The first thing you do, like I told you in the class, is that you must first identify your group structure. Okay, that is the key. So scan through the question, analyze. Most likely, it's always between note 1, note 2, note 3. Or they will give you all the acquisition, whatever there. It's always in note 1, note 2, note 3. So first analyze your group structure before you move on to anything. Now, in this second note now, on January 2, 2017, Bidun acquire 80% of the share capital of Yedun PLC. Let's pick this one for now. So we're told that Bidun in Yedun is 80%. All right. So this occurred on 2nd January 2017. Okay. So this is the percentage of shareholdings, what we have. This is what we have. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us draw our acquisition chart as usual. So, pick my drawing tools. So now I have something like this. You know, Miye is the first person, right? Miye in Bidun is 70. Then I now have Bidun in Yedun, which is what? 80. So who can tell me which type of acquisition is this, please? Who want to tell me the type of acquisition that we have?
It's an indirect acquisition.
Indirect or sub-subsidiary, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is an indirect or sub-subsidiary. So this is an indirect or sub-subsidiary. Who is the sub-subsidiary here?
Yedun.
Yedun is this. So when you have something like this, what is the next thing that you need to do? What is the next thing that you need to do?
Find the indirect control of Miye in Yedun.
You are right, but what you need to do is to convert the group structure. You convert the group structures to fellow subsidiary. Okay? You convert it to fellow. So how do you do that now? So we already know that Miye in Bidun is how much? Is 70%, right? Okay. Now for you to now calculate Miye in Yedun, so what's going to be the percentage for Miye in Yedun? It's going to be what?
70 times 80%.
70% of 80%, right? So this gives
Yes,
you
sir.
how much? How much is this?
56%.
56%. Fantastic. So what it implies, so the implication is that this is your new group structure. So your new group structure is this. So you have your Miye here, you have Bidun, and you have Yedun. Here you have 70, and here you have 56. So you can see this is how so you have been able to convert the group structures to fellow, right? Is that clear?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
before we move on now, let's do one thing. Let's calculate the purchase consideration so that we know that we are done with all this analysis now. Let's calculate the purchase consideration. Okay, purchase consideration. Let's calculate that now. So for Miye in Bidun, what is the purchase consideration, please? Miye in Bidun, how much is the purchase consideration? Let's go back to the question.
1,460.
Hmm? You said
1,460.
was it given?
In
How did
the
you?
financial
Okay, it is in
statement.
the question. Beyond that Bidun PLC, we have 1,460. Correct? Hello, everybody. Are you guys with me? Oh, the numbers have reduced.
Yes,
Are
sir.
people leaving? Are people leaving already? Kilode? 1,460.
Network issues.
Network. 1,460. So,
I
what
think
about
that
the?
one.
You did it what? What did you
Get
say?
it.
Okay, you didn't know how we arrived at the 1,460, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, go to your account. If you are not giving purchase consideration in your note, so just go to your account under investment. You can see investment in subsidiary. Bidun. Can you see it here? 1,000. Bidun PLC. That means they paid 1,460 to Bidun. Is it clear, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is the fastest way to determine the purchase consideration. Okay, let me close this one. We are done with it. 1,460. Now, so for Miye in Yedu now, what's the purchase consideration? I mean, is it Miye in Yedu? What's the purchase consideration? You know, it's going to be what, please? Who can tell me?
70% of 640. 70% of 640.
70% of what Bidun pay to what Yedun, Abi?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear to everybody? 70% of what Bidun pay to what Yedun. So the question is, how much did Bidun pay to Yedun?
640.
Six
Okay,
four.
guys, you can see Yedun here, 640, right?
Yes.
So it will be 70% of what Bidun
640.
paid to Yedun. So that's 70% of 640. How much is this one, please?
448.
448.
Hmm?
448.
448.
So the question is, who will balance the remaining 30%? Who will pay?
NCI.
NCI of who?
Yedu.
No, NCI of
Bidun,
Bidun. It's Bidun NCI that will
Bidu.
pay. You know, Bidun is one that acquired. However, Meye is going to finance 70%. So the NCI of Bidun, they need to go and look for the balance and pay because they are the one acquiring Yedun, right? So it's not just about cramming the solution. You should understand the concept. That's why I'm taking time to explain how. Okay, you shouldn't be cramming. Understand why we are doing what. So this is how much, please. 30% of 640 is how much? How much?
192. 192.
192. Okay, so I think we are done with the note one finally. So guys, let's work on note two, then we'll call it a day. Note 3 is on IAS 38, your IAS 36, sorry, impairment of your CGU. While note 4 is IAS 38, intangible assets. Then note 5 is on IFRS 5. So which means that one question now, I'll be teaching you about 3 standard or thereabouts. So this note 3 is on IAS 36 impairment CGU. I will take care of this one on Saturday first. Then IAS 38 is this one on the intangible assets, and note 5 is on IFRS 5. So we'll take care of all this on Saturday. But let's take this one before we call it a day, so that at least when you are watching the video, you'll see something tangible there. So let's calculate the goodwill on acquisition. So I think we should do Bidun, and also then we'll move on to Yedun, right? Or can we combine the goodwill together? Should we combine them together or we do them separately? That's note 1 and 2.
Let's combine together.
Okay.
Combine them.
Okay, you like the combination. Good. I love the fact that you are adopting this concept. So, computation of goodwill on acquisition. Okay, so we have Bidun, Yedun, right? So, purchase consideration. How much is the purchase consideration? It's already done, Abi. 1460, and this other one is what? 448, Abi. So are we using fair value method or proportionate method? What did they tell us to use?
Fair value.
Where did you see it? Did they mention it somewhere?
Note 1.
Yes.
The fair value of
On
the
1st of
non-controlling
January.
interest.
The fair value of non-controlling interest.
Okay, so let's go ahead with that then. So what is the fair value of NCI for this particular one? The fair value of non-controlling interest is how much?
590.
590, Abi? Eh?
Yes.
Yes.
590. Then what about Yedun? What is the fair value of NCI of Yedun? Note 2, on 1st of January, 80% of this. The fair value of 20% holding was 44, 30%, 216, 44. God don't count you now. Yeah, tell me the correct answer here. What is the fair value that we're going to? You can see that there are a lot of poison here. So who can tell me the correct fair value of NCI of Yedun? I won't tell you. You have to tell me.
44.
What?
44.
44%.
44.
Why 44%?
Since we agree that
56%.
Mide has 56% in Yedo. When we
Okay, so
convert
that
the good
means
structure.
it's okay. You get them. Emaja. So the fair value is 322, Abi. And the necessary protest fast 322. So that is it. Now, total, please, total it. What's the total here?
2050.
What about this? This is
770.
770, Abi. Okay, so now the next thing is asset acquired. So what is the share capital of each of them? What is the share capital of Bidun and share capital of Yedun?
800 for Bidun, 400 for Yedun.
Okay, what about pre-acquisition reserve? What is the pre-acquisition reserve?
We have 638.
For me, you have to read note 1 to get out of me. So when the retained earning were 638, other reserve 54. Abi?
Yes, sir.
Retained earning is 638. Other reserve 54.
54.
Okay, so let's do the same thing for Yedun. When the retained earning were Yedun is what? Note 2. It's 212, Abi? Am I correct?
Yes, sir. 212
and
and
other
40.
reserve 40. Then what are they? I think they gave us the total identifiable asset, Abi, that everything should equal to a particular amount, right?
Yes, sir.
What is total identifiable asset for Yedun?
Yedun.
I mean Bidun.
1670.
Bidun is
Bidun is
1670.
then
1670.
what is the difference called?
It is excess non-depreciable land.
1670. So would that mean we need to find land in between, Abi? So
Yes,
what
sir.
do you think is the
Yes,
what
sir.
is the land for Bidun?
178.
178, right? So what about Yedun? What is the total identifiable asset for Yedun?
724.
724. Okay. So what is the land for Yedun?
72.
70, 72, Abi? Yeah.
72.
So if that's the case now, what is our goodwill? Do you know what to do? So goodwill is what? So just subtract 2050 from 1670, right? And 770 from 724. That's your goodwill.
380.
What?
Bidun.
This is 380, and this other one called
6.
46.
46, right? So this is the value of the goodwill. Sorry, so who doesn't understand this question, please? So we've been able to calculate the goodwill. Now, one thing left, we need to pass entries for land, Abi. So we debit your land. Debit your land. So how do we, so 178 plus 72 is how much, please? How much? Hmm? 178 and 72 is how much? That's land.
350.
It can't be 350 now. 178 plus 72.
250.
250.
So net asset acquired 250. So we'll pass the entry in the class. So this is where so now as it is now, if you look at the question, we have been able to solve notes 1 and 2 completely. So by God's grace, when we meet on Saturday, 7 a.m., we'll continue from note 3, note 4, and note 5. Then we'll balance the question. I'll move on to the next question. So let me stop recording now. We are done for today. So, don't mind me. I stopped sharing instead of stop recording. Let me still share again.